Romance is tough, you guys. It's just really tough. Nobody likes you, everyone thinks you're ugly, and the girl who abandoned you as a child, well, you just hate her so much that you have to get in shape, become hot, and then exact your revenge by making her fall in love with you. And while that may be one of the dumbest things I've ever said, somebody had the idea, and for some reason, they made it a reality. Masamune-Kun's revenge was practically met with meh reviews from across the board. Seemingly, not very many people like this anime, and it makes sense as to why. The plot was actually dumb, and made little to no sense as to why the character would actually do something like this. The MC here is pretty much a terrible person, and yeah, the main girl is not really nice either, but the MC though, he's a grade A douchebag, if you know what I mean. Not only that, but the anime is also a harem, which defeats the purpose of the anime to begin with. Why have all of these girls fawning over the MC in a romance anime where the goal of the plot is for Masamune to get his revenge by going out with the person that he hates? The whole plot was pretty reductive to the actual, well, plot it was trying to get off the ground. In the end, people forgot about Masamune-Kun's revenge, and the world moved on. Until now, where SeaTactics is bringing it back, baby. You guys on my Patreon page, which you can get access to on the $1 tier and above, voted for me to cover this masterpiece of an anime one more time. So here we go, one more time, for old time's sake, Masamune-Kun's Revenge, OVA. Okay, where do I start? Well, the anime begins with one of the most confusing scenes ever. Masamune walks into a house where there are two lollies and an older woman. Apparently, the older woman is his mother, I think. Anyways, his sister decides at random to get these two lollies to dress up and model. At this point, about 5 minutes in, I am already disliking this OVA and wishing I had never watched it. But it gets worse. The older sister decides not to be outdone and comes out as a young girl. This made no sense whatsoever. Why did she come out as a younger girl? How is that even possible? Is this just stupid lolicon bait for weirdos and creeps? Because this whole first scene made me lose a lot of faith in humanity. Who would even watch this outside of a circumstance like mine? Well, that puts things into perspective for me. We then get another scenario ripped out of some hack writer's mind, and that's the hot anime girls on a boat in bikini scene. And you got your normal generic writing here, the MC girl patting her chest, you see them all in bikinis, and of course, trying to get the trap to dress up as a girl because we needed that. None of this is entertaining or has any originality. Not a single drop. It's all mind-numbing garbage, which could be summed up in one word. Garbage. Alright, listen, I didn't think that one through. But you get what I mean. It's garbage, trash, whatever noun or really any specific type of noise that denounces said anime of any quality will do. But you see, it just gets worse. It does. We get another scenario in our already trash heap OVA. The girls sleep over, where you get the big-breasted drunk girl to start a fight. Except, for some reason, they start talking about dating fat dudes. And so, they beat up on the other big-chested girl since... Why am I watching this? At this point, I'm begging for this OVA to be over. And thankfully, we are on the last scene. So, yeah, that's good. Here we go. The girl with the boobs has a sister who is a maid, and so she decides to give her a makeover by stripping her down to her underwear and snipping her hair a couple times and then putting weird liquids on her face. But the way they set this scene up, you think something else is about to happen because she's tied down. Now, I'm not the smartest person ever. My intelligence has been compared to that of a light bulb, which can't even produce light. But surely you wouldn't have to tie your sister down for something like this, right? But We know why they did it. That's the reason they had those lollies posed like they're some sexy item in the boat scene. They want to get some of that T&A. But, so how does the episode end? What is the payoff, SeaTactics? What is the payoff? Well, my friend, she gets food on her skirt and then changes out of her clothes immediately. I cannot make that up. And at the end, she says she'll woo whoever it is she wants to woo with her own natural beauty. I assume Masamune. This is easily one of the worst OVAs I have ever seen for this series. It's boring, and I'm pretty sure I've seen these exact same scenarios in other OVAs I've covered on this show. This show, for sure, I have covered something exactly like this. This OVA lowered my IQ easily by a couple of points. I can't even begin to express how much of a mistake this OVA was. Who is this for? Who is going to buy this OVA and one, say they liked it, and two, thought it was good? I honestly don't think there is a single person out there who could say this OVA was original or good in any way. This was garbage to the highest degree, and an example of what is wrong with the anime industry's storytelling sometimes. To put it simply, this ain't it. This just ain't it. Thank you, everybody, for watching this video. If you haven't already, you can check out my Patreon, where you get everything from the $1 tier and above, which means access to OVAwful voting, and as well, just, some other cool perks. Also, make sure to like this video, subscribe and ring the bell, click on some of these videos if you haven't already, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.